Macron is 20 points ahead. I mean, we shouldn't rely on them. We know that they can be unpredictable at times. But is it plausible at all that Le Pen could pull this off?
Well, we said there's a very narrow path to victory, and that's also to keep the suspense going in the final days. But it's true that she has a very, very steep hill to climb. She needs to win 3 million votes. People have never voted for her before in order to win the election. So it's a long shot, but there is a way that she could manage to get there, and it goes through winning over conservative votes, but also getting left-wing voters to stay home. And if that rings a bell, it's because it sort of echoes what Donald Trump did in the United States in his election.
Yeah, and actually, I just want to bring in part of your article as well, where you reference that in particular. I just want to read out part of it to our viewers. You write for Politico, the suppression tactic echoes Trump's campaign strategy by targeting potential Hillary Clinton supporters with negative material in crucial states. The Republican candidate swung the vote in his direction. Le Pen wants to do the same. Le Pen is obviously trying to ride the populist wave in a similar way to how Donald Trump did in the United States. I mean, are there clear parallels, though, between what she's doing and what he did?
Well, the parallels are obviously speaking to a base opposing globalization, talking about a sort of nationalist America first or France first agenda. Those are the political parallels. Obviously, the situation, the landscape is extremely different in both countries, but we're talking about that technique, trying to get elected by getting your opponent's voters to stay home. There are definitely parallels to see. I cited a leaflet that was broadly distributed between the two rounds of the election, which addressed Jean-Luc Mélenchon far-left voters directly, telling them, stay home. Don't vote for Emmanuel Macron. He's going to not be the president that you want. And we've seen Le Pen push that line in going into the final round. She knows that this is one of the only ways she can pull off a win on Sunday, and she's going to give it her best.
And I guess that's why she's almost being shameless, really, about this whole plagiarism row, and so say stealing François Fillon's words. I mean, she's not denying that she's done it. She's done it very deliberately because she's trying to win over those conservative voters.
Absolutely. This is one of the main parts of her strategy, which is becoming the default candidate for the right in France. The National Front has always been an outsider party. It's been toxic to sort of regular, well-to-do, bourgeois, conservative voters. And by taking these words, literally taking them out of François Fillon's mouth and repeating them, she is saying, well, now I am the default candidate. I'm somebody you can trust. And that's been the message she's been giving to them all week long, saying, don't be afraid. I don't represent an extreme. I represent something you can trust. But remains to be seen whether they'll follow and whether they'll believe her.
And she's going to need the far left to stay away, I guess, when it comes to Sunday. How important, with that in mind, is turnout going to be?
Well, turnout's going to be crucial in this election. One of the big unknowns is whether the Marine Le Pen supporters are going to turn out in the same number as Emmanuel Macron supporters. The one scenario that we've been looking at under which Marine Le Pen can win this election requires Emmanuel Macron supporters to stay home, his potential supporters to stay home, to abstain in great numbers, only about 70% turnout, and a very high turnout for potential Marine Le Pen supporters above 90%. If you get that differential, that big difference in abstention rates between her supporters and his supporters, then she has a small chance. But as the numbers stand now, there is really no clear path to victory for her.
A fascinating race it will be, a fascinating dynamic, really, across the whole of France. Nicolas VINOCUR, thank you very much for joining us. Nicolas is with Politico.